Werewolf by Night set up quite a lot of new potential characters with their own movies and shows for the fans, and we've been wondering what they're gonna see in the future of the MCU. Just like we think Moon Knight and Blade will pair up with Werewolf by Night because both are now officially in the universe, we also think that it might have set up Wolverine and Hulk's first fight. More in this video. Starting off, the introduction of Logan. There's a small Easter egg in Marvel Studios Werewolf by Night that may have just set up a potential introduction to Wolverine that's gonna stay true to his debut in the Marvel Comics. Oh, and more than that, they might actually set up a fight between MCU's Hulk and Wolverine. Marvel Studios gave us the first special presentation on October 7th, 2022, which contained a phenomenal storyline for new characters, but also gave us several Easter eggs that not only connect to the past of the MCU with all our superheroes that are no longer with us, but also suggested some future storylines, so that all us fans could go insane coming up with theories and building fanfictions and headcanons that may or may not become real. One such Easter egg actually gives us the debut of a Marvel character that points to the introduction of Wolverine. Speaking of, the Shady Image. When they introduced the Bloodstone Manor, we saw they'd set up for the Man-Thing in Werewolf by Night. It was then that we saw an image of an archer fighting a Wendigo. Did you not see it? Oh, well, it's because it was more of a blink and you'll miss it moment. It might not seem to have very significant to you. Like, if it were important, they'd have shown it for a few seconds, right? Not necessarily. This image is so special because during Wolverine's first full debut in Marvel Comics' 1974 issue of The Incredible Hulk number 181, he was actually involved in a three-way fight with a Wendigo and the Hulk. We're not just saying this because we want to see him in the MCU though. It's because he's already been teased a couple of times during She-Hulk too, and now that a Wendigo is officially in the MCU canon, it's more than a small possibility that we'll see the two fight each other on the big screen. And next time, you guys gotta keep your eyes open and look for more clues that Feige and the team keep throwing at us. Next up, who would win in a fight? We know that Hulk and Wolverine can potentially fight with each other in the MCU, but who's gonna win that fight is a whole new debate, because throughout the history of Marvel Comics, both of these powerful superheroes have had quite a wild relationship. They're neither friends, nor are they enemies of each other, and have gone toe-to-toe with each other many times, even though they're both on the good side and occasionally fight for the same team too. Any battle that happens between Hulk and Wolverine is a battle of titans. We know that the first time we got introduced to Wolverine was when he was up against both a Wendigo and the Hulk in the Canadian wilderness, so he entered the universe with claws blazing. But as the two continued to fight, Wolverine realized that even his adamantium claws couldn't do anything to penetrate Hulk's skin. Moving towards the big green scary winner. Many times, whenever the two have fought, it's turned out that the Hulk has been victorious over Wolverine. Wolverine fans, this one's gonna hurt, because there was a case where the Hulk literally tore Wolverine in half. Yikes, we told you this one was gonna hurt, though surely not as much as it hurt Wolverine. Too soon? Apparently then, we're seeing that Hulk's winning in most cases when they've gone up against each other. But if we think about our current MCU, and if Logan joins this world, it's likely he's gonna be the winner, especially since smart Hulk often finds it hard to get the rage that makes him such a vicious fighter. It's very possible that Hulk is gonna return to his original form in a potential World War Hulk project. This would also mean that he'll become that strong fighter to battle Wolverine and win. We're not sure if Wolverine is going to be the friend to the current MCU heroes or the foe, but we've got so much history thanks to Marvel Comics, with Wolverine and Hulk being frenemies, that the fans are definitely going to see at least one time where the big green monster goes up against the clawed mutant. We also have the MCU's version of Wolverine. You saw in the final episode of Ms. Marvel that revealed the mutants are finally coming to the MCU because our little Kamala is one too. Then we got She-Hulk, attorney at law, that teased Wolverine specifically, and rather than having him arrive in a blaze of glory, they've just been making it sort of a slow burn and hinting at him. First, they hinted at him in episode 2, where we see a reference to him on Jen's computer. Man fights with metal claws in a bar brawl. Later, we see another tease in episode 8, where Nikki jumps out of the bedroom holding makeup brushes between her fingers. It was very obviously a Wolverine and his adamantium claws Easter egg. And let's not forget that Hugh Jackman is going to be featuring in Deadpool's third movie, but it's likely that he won't be portraying the MCU's proper version of the character, so they have a lot of time to set up everyone's favorite anti-hero. We now know that Wolverine by Night has set up a Hulk and Wolverine fight, but now let's move on and talk about every Easter egg that has hinted at Wolverine so far in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. First of all, the Incredible Hulk's Weapon X tease. The second film of the MCU, The Incredible Hulk, obviously didn't have any Wolverine or anything related to X-Men, but both the Hulk and Wolverine share a common backstory. Both the research for Banner's gamma gamma radiation and the Weapon X experiment of Logan Trace back to the Super Soldier Serum. More than teasing the Super Soldier Serum, the Incredible Hulk actually revealed the name of the scientist behind the origin of Captain America and referenced the Weapon Plus project. This happened when they showed a canister with the serum inside it. This serum would be applied to Blonsky. In the comics, Weapon Plus was a government project which was designed to duplicate Dr. Erskine's research and create the world's new super soldier. Most of the Weapon Plus attempts failed until the 10th version, which created Wolverine. Next up, WandaVision's Kestrel Easter egg. Sure, this one's not as significant as the others, but WandaVision actually had a small nod to Wolverine and his origins. Darcy stumbles upon the name Ray Johnson when she's looking at the sword computers. If you didn't know, the name Ray Johnson was used by the mutant Kestrel, who also goes by the name John Wraith. He was a member of Team X, a Black Ops team that was put together by the Weapon Plus project. Kestrel fought together with Logan and Victor Creed before they even became Wolverine and Sabretooth. This nod to Kestrel and WandaVision can possibly use to set up Wolverine. Moving on, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier's Madripoor-Tees. Most of the Marvel comic stories take place in real-world locations, but there are still a few fictional places that are quite important in the comics, such as Madripoor. Madripoor was mentioned in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier when Sam, Bucky, and Zemo navigated through the city. It also featured the Princess Bar, which in the comics was a place Wolverine would be seen during his days as Patch. Logan ditched his yellow suit because he wanted to get inside the crime world of Madripoor and went for a more discreet combination of suit, tie, and an eye patch. Well, that's why he was known as Patch in the underground world of Madripoor. We did hope we'd get to see Wolverine at the Princess Bar, but of course, that didn't happen. Surely it can happen anytime now. Lastly, She-Hulk's bar fight Easter egg. As we talked about briefly a few minutes ago, the most recent MCU show to reference Wolverine was She-Hulk. While not a lot of fans aren't very happy with the way She-Hulk turned out to be, we did see a very noticeable Wolverine Easter egg in episode 2. When Jennifer is looking for a new job, she comes across a curious headline that says, "Man fights with metal claws in a bar brawl." And all our ears perked at that, didn't they? A man with metal claws? Fighting in a bar? That's way too specific, and has to only mean one man. That's it from our side for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or thoughts about Werewolf by Night setting up Wolverine and Hulk's big fight, or if you want to share some more Wolverine Easter eggs in the MCU that we may have missed, let us know in the comments below. See you in the next one.